Sling TV, built to save you money and bring you the channels you love, including ESPN, AMC, HGTV, and more. Watch your favorite comedies, dramas, suspense thrillers, news, sports, and more for just $35 a month. And your first month is only $10. Sign up now and start streaming right away on your TV, phone, and tablet. Take control of your TV solution with Sling. It makes TV flat out better. Go to sling.com to sign up now and get your first month for just $10.
New subpoenas from the House committee investigating the Capitol riot. Lawmakers now want to speak with Roger Stone and Alex Jones, among others.
A debate over whether to require all county employees to be vaccinated against COVID. I'm Dick Iuliano.
It is 6 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Dell Small Business.
I'm Matt Piper in New York. There is a vigil set to start this hour in Waukesha, Wisconsin, some 24 hours after carnage hit Main Street. An SUV plowed through a Christmas parade, leaving at least 5 people dead and nearly another 50 injured, including kids. WBBM TV's Marissa Parra is at the scene with more on the suspect.
39-year-old Daryl Brooks of Milwaukee. Police say he was fleeing a domestic disturbance and that he acted alone.
There's no evidence that this is a terrorist incident.
The 5 victims who died range in age between 52 to 81 years old. President Biden spoke about the tragedy this afternoon.
And an entire community is struggling to cope with the horrific act of violence.
Brooks will face 5 counts of first-degree intentional homicide, and possibly other charges could be coming. Marissa Parra, CBS News, Waukesha, Wisconsin.
Video shows the suspect driving right over plastic barricades on the street. In New York, Mayor Bill de Blasio says police plan on very careful security for this week's Thanksgiving Day parade.
It's tragic and horrible what happened in Wisconsin, but I will tell you, NYPD for years and years has planned for very careful security around the parade.
This just in, Alex Jones of InfoWars and Roger Stone, a close ally of former President Trump, have just been handed subpoenas by the House committee investigating the January 6th Capitol attack. More than a dozen have been subpoenaed in the investigation this month alone. A jury in Georgia is expected to begin deliberations tomorrow in the Ahmaud Arbery murder trial. All day, both sides laid out closing arguments. Prosecutor Linda Dunikoski.
You provoke somebody so that they defend themselves against you. And then you go, oh, look, he attacked me first. But you really were the one who was provoking the attack on yourself. You don't do crime self-defense. And that's the law.
White House COVID-19 coordinator Jeff Zients says millions of federal workers are now vaccinated.
Ahead of tonight's deadline, the federal government has achieved 95% compliance, and 90% of the 3.5 million federal workers are already vaccinated.
The Navy is coming to the rescue, trying to ease the backlogs facing ports along the West Coast.
Port Hueneme, north of L.A., is offering its facilities to be used for storing containers waiting to be offloaded from ships which cannot find room for their cargo at the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach. Meanwhile, there's hope that the global supply chain problems may be beginning to recede, but industry officials say a return to normal operations may not occur until next year. Steve Futterman, CBS News.
The Dow gained 17. This is CBS News.
It's Dell Technologies' biggest business sale of the year with Black Friday deals on Windows 11 PCs. Call 877-ASK-DELL. Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business.
Good evening. So glad to have you with us on this chilly Monday evening, November the 22nd. We're already down to 45 degrees. Hello, everybody. I'm Hillary Howard.
And I'm Sean Anderson. Our top local story this hour involves a major development in the trial of white supremacists in Charlottesville. Jurors have just ended their second day of deliberations in that civil trial. And earlier, those jurors who are discussing the civil case against Unite the Right ralliers and organizers told the judge they may not be able to reach a unanimous verdict. WTOP's Megan Clordy has been listening in the courtroom, and she explains what's going on here.
In a question read aloud by Judge Norman Moon, the jury asked if they're unable to come to a unanimous decision on the first 3 claims of the lawsuit, if they still need to decide the other 3 claims. It indicated to Judge Moon that there may be trouble reaching a verdict in the civil case against 4 individuals and 10 white supremacist and national organizations. The victims who filed suit say they suffered physical and emotional injuries when the Unite the Right rally turned violent in August 2017, and they claim the organizers planned for that to ignite a race and religious war. The The jury is in its second day of deliberations. Megan Cloherty, WTOP News.
It's been 11 months since White Ferry last operated. Now Montgomery County's executive is saying it is time to get that boat back in the water.
Neither the ferry owner nor the landowner on the Virginia side of the Potomac is budging.
It's too bad you don't have some kind of arbitration where both parties can agree to let the arbitrator hear both sides' cases and let a rational person decide what's a fair price.
Montgomery County Executive Mark Elridge says if nothing happens, everyone loses.
So this is not a solution where anybody walks out winning if everybody gets stalemated. It doesn't increase the value of the farm over there not to have the ferry.
Neil Augenstein, WTOP News.
All right, more tough news for you commuters. Metro says its reduced rail service will last longer than expected, and it's blaming lengthy repairs to all those rail cars sidelined by October's Blue Line derailment.
Riders should plan for reduced service at least through December 31st. Metro doesn't have a set timeline on when the 7000 series fleet will be back due to safety testing, but the series outlook for January depends on how the restoration plan turns out. As for the 6000 series rail cars, supply chain shortages have been an issue, but General Manager Paul Wiedefeld says as parts come in, they'll be returned to service. This month, Metro will be working to make sure its new inspection intervals are sufficient enough to get more trains up and running. Right now, almost 75% of Metro stations have trains arriving about every 10 minutes. They plan to provide an update before the end of the year. Melissa Howell, WTOP News.
It is 6:06. We've got some more details on that serious traffic issue on the southbound Baltimore-Washington Parkway you've been hearing Dave Dildine talk about. Lanes reopened about a half hour ago, but there are still delays. About 2:40 this afternoon, Park Police went to a car fire between 202 and Kenilworth Avenue. The driver had smashed into a tree. The car caught fire and the people were trapped. The driver's life is now in danger after being rushed to the hospital. Keep it here for details on the 8th.
And we have an update on that water main break in Chevy Chase we've been telling you about. WSSC says repairs to a 16-inch main that sent water spilling onto Elm Street will take longer than the usual 6 hours to fix. No exact time yet on when it'll be repaired. Break happened around 12:30 this afternoon. Water's been shut off. The utility has delivered jugs and bottles of water to about 40 homes where the water is shut off. A spokesman for Montgomery County Fire says one family was evacuated from an apartment after the break, but no injuries are reported.
After traffic and weather, why national security experts are worried about the deadly Wisconsin Christmas parade incident, even though it is not considered a terrorist act. WTOP's JJ Green pops by at 6:07.
We just decided it was time to fix the roof. We knew it was about 20 years old at that point. You want to make sure you're working with someone that really knows what they're doing, somebody that you know will be around in a few years, and that you can call on and feel confident referring to friends.
It's nice in a world where service has kind of slipped a little bit in some areas, so they clearly haven't.
Make the house you have the home you love. See what Exterior Medics can do for you at exteriormedics.com or give us a call at 703-552-5898.
Facebook leads the industry in stopping bad actors online. That's because they've invested $13 billion in teams and technology to enhance safety.
More than 1 in 3 people will face cancer in their lifetime. Unfortunately, fear can stop you from getting your cancer screening, but it won't stop cancer. Early detection can save your life. Don't wait for symptoms to appear to act. Cancer screening is safe, effective, and accessible for everyone, including free or low-cost screening programs. Go to cancerscreeninfo.com right now for free screening resources and recommendations from the American Cancer Society. Don't wait. Early detection can save your life. Go to cancerscreeninfo.com today. cancerscreeninfo.com.
Hello, Discover here to explain our cash back match. Here's how it works. We give you cash back for using your Discover card on the things you were going to buy anyway. Then we match that cash back in your first year. And that's why we call it Cashback Match. Now to recap and say cashback one more time. We match all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year automatically. Discover. Exceptionally common sense. Learn more at discover.com/match. Limitations apply.